Please like and subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
All right, so I was standing on the driveway in the Nebraska heat with my parents, looking at the ass end of our SUV with the hatch open and studying my suitcases and a bunch of identical white Rubbermaid containers that are all labeled with my mother's perfect block lettering. And they say things like electronics and school supplies and medicine. And they're neatly organized with everything that I'm going to need for my first year in college. There are a variety of different Post-it notes, different colors and sizes. And there are backup batteries for the clip-on reading lamp that's going to go on my bed. And there are at least 3 different kinds of over-the-counter analgesics for whatever comes up. And we are debating if the suitcase should maybe move over there and the hamper move over there and trying to maximize the space. And everybody's really anxious, and they're anxious for a reason. This is a big deal. My mom is sending her eldest daughter, her eldest child, 3 states away to go to college. And college hasn't been something that my family has been very good at. My aunts, my cousins, they've tried, and my dad has been the only one so far that has made it through this higher education gauntlet and come out with a bachelor's degree. So we're all super anxious, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all that they're doing, but this event, this reason that we're out on the driveway, my mother refers to it as a practice pack. I mean, we're not even hitting the road for 48 hours. And so we maximize the space in this SUV, and then we take each Rubbermaid container out, and we put it back in the living room. And the dry one went really well. And we wait, and this is her way of being supportive, and they have this really weird way of being supportive, but I so appreciate it. And at the same time, I'm so ready to get the hell out of there. I mean, I've always been so independent. As a baby, I didn't really like to be held. I wanted to explore things on my own. And when I turned 6 and got tired of the training wheels, and my dad was there, like ready for his Kodak moment of fatherhood, and he grabs the back of my seat, and I very politely told him to let go. I'm going to figure it out myself. And this just continues through adolescence. So I am so ready to get out of Nebraska, and I can't wait to live with an awesome roommate and study amazing things and have my world blown open. And so this is the place we're in, and this is absolutely how I'm feeling 48 hours later at 6 a.m. when we are back on that driveway, and everything is back where we put it 2 days ago. And as my dad closes the hatch, I'm kind of realizing that my childhood is over. This is not another adventure. The stakes are higher, and the distance is much longer than it's been before, and this is a whole different ballgame. So I get in the car with my dad, and I cry all the way to the Kansas state line. And we drive for 2 days and 900 miles, and we arrive in Houston, Texas a couple days later. And we get there, we find a new home for all the Rubbermaid containers in my dorm room, and we meet my roommate. We go to the welcome lunch, but we duck out early so we can finish getting my room set up before the parents have to leave at 1 o'clock. And we're trying to get this fitted sheet on this extra long twin bed. And I look my dad square in the eyes with kind of the gravity of all of these emotions that I should have been feeling the past 6 months. I knew this was coming, but they didn't really hit until the last couple days, until we were on the road, until we were doing this. And I look him straight in the eye and I say, "Yeah, I don't want to do this, Dad. I don't want to do this at all. Let's pick it all up. Let's put it back in the car. And I'm just going to go with you back to Nebraska, and I'm going to enroll at the University of Nebraska at Omaha. And I kind of overshot it a little bit on this one. Just take me home." And my dad just blinks a few times. And then he says, "You can't do this to me, Emmy. You can't. You cannot do this to me. You can't offer me this. Like, there is nothing that I want to do right now more than to scoop you up and just bring you home to your mom. Like, you can't put this on the table. Like, this isn't, no. So you need to give it a semester, and you need to see how it goes. And when you come home at Christmas, if you still feel this way, like, we will have this conversation. But, like, you got to give it a shot." And I feel the crying in my chest, and it's coming up through my throat. And then my roommate walks in the door with her family, and they're making small talk, and we're unpacking, and this intense father-daughter moment just kind of dissipates into the, like, social niceties of roommate getting to know you talk. And it's 1 o'clock, and my dad leaves. So I did. I stayed that semester, and I stayed 7 more semesters. And about 4 years later, my parents came back down to Texas, and they watched me walk across the stage, and they watched the second person in our family and the first woman in our whole family get her bachelor's degree from Rice University in 2005. Thank you. And in stark contrast to our practice pack that happened in Nebraska 4 years before, we headed back to my crappy little off-campus apartment, and all those Rubbermaid containers were there. Their contents no longer correlated to the label anymore. And we just threw them in the back willy-nilly and headed off out of Houston and on to our next voyage. Thank you.